Saya David Osborne.
So how do you feel today?
Feel pretty good. Yeah.
And what category were you just doing?
I just competed in the over 50 forms. I did a sword form called Sword of the King, Sword of the Prince. It was a sword form that was used to protect Burmese royalty, the kings and queens and princesses. So I went out and did it.
And how did you get into that type of category? Thing and that intrigued you about it?
Well, years ago when I was 12, my great grandmaster, Grandmaster Umang Ji, who is of Burmese descent, run the system of Bondo here in the 50s. And he was a college professor at Ohio University, taught communications, and he has a couple of PhDs in law, and he's a communications interpreter. Run the system over. And some of his, from what I understand and what history will dictate, is that him, Chuck Norris, guys like that, that whole 50s and 60s era, he ran with those guys as they all got together and brought their respective styles to the table, and it was a melting pot of workouts from what I understand. He developed a guy by the name of Victor Moore, who is originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, and Victor Moore went on to help push the Burmese fighting arts in the form of what we know as American kickboxing. Grandmaster G wrote a lot of the Professional Karate Association rules and regulations, and from what I understand, he was quite a showman in regards to being a ref. He would actually execute the techniques that were scored favorably. For instance, he would demonstrate the actual technique, which is unusual for a referee. So that's where my lineage comes from.
So history is a subject that's of great importance to you, probably.
Absolutely. You want to have the historical aspects of your system as well as the theory, and then you want to merge those into application. You know, it's one thing, I have a sword here. Had I had a partner, I could have demonstrated some of the advanced cutting systems out of this particular form. There's a lot in it. But I enjoyed myself.
Is there something that you do, a routine that you do before you get out here and perform?
It's a mental development piece. What I do is I go in my mind. I do the form inside of on the inside or the mind first. I was sitting over in the corner and I was going through this form in my head, and I almost missed out, but it's fortunate. So it all starts in the mind. As we do physical things are actually manifestations of the thought process. So when you learn a form such as this, you have to do it mentally in the head first, and then manifest it physically out here.
What would you tell or suggest to someone that was just watching you perform and they're trying to get into it?
Well, patience. Have a lot of patience and desire and determination. Those are the three things that are really good qualities of a student.
I think that's great information for anything you do in life.
Yes, it does. There's a tremendous carryover.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us, and congratulations.